Hello, good evening, and welcome to Hexxit 2. I am your host. So today I am going to be building my cheese hut. Well, I've already constructed the outer shell, but let me give you guys some context here. So as you can see in my house, I used to have my Growthcraft stuffed in here. However, some of the Growthcraft things required you to have a source of fire, and my house is made of wood, so I don't want to be playing with fire here. So I'm moving it to a non-flammable, or rather should I say, non-flammable cheese hut. I've experimented a little bit with making cheese here. And I see, like, the outer shell of my cheese hut could look a little bit more like this wheel of cheese here, but I will get to that, eventually making it look better. But for now, let's get it furnished. Okay, let's see here. I do need some netherrack. I'll just take the whole thing to be safe here. Okay, and maybe I want to make some pantheons, a few more at least. And where's my clay? There we go. That should be plenty. Plus, I've got a fourth one in my shulking box. I know. I don't know what we're thinking about the color scheme here. I can't match colors, so I don't know if this looks like absolutely hideous to everyone. But okay, let's get my chests down here. Upgrade these all to diamond. Okay. I believe this is my... Okay, that's my brew kettle, so I probably want to put that... probably want to put this over here, and this is... Okay, this is where I'll put the fire, and I've got a flint and steel here for that. Yeah, you could see I don't want this going on in my wooden house. That would be less than ideal, wouldn't it? So we're fired up there. We're all good to go. Okay, I had a cheese vat. I think the cheese vat had to be heated. Got my cheese press. Put that there. Cheese vat. Does this have to be heated? Yes, it does. So I might want to make a. Holy shit! You guys see that? It's cheese press. It's like one of those. I think, okay. Oh geez, yeah, it's one of those things that doesn't have a texture to it. Okay, so I think I'll move that over there. I might want to make some more cheese vats though eventually. So. I'm trying to, I want to make this, try to look symmetrical. So maybe I'll have like 3 cheese vats over here. No, like cheese presses over here, and I'll have 3 of these cheese vats over here, maybe, because, well, okay. Yeah, I'm just planning this out. No, that's not how I wanted to do it. Okay, I'll do it like this. Light that up. The cheese vat there. Okay. How do I make these cheese vats again? I think I take a brew kettle and I craft it again. Okay, I need some cauldrons. I can go back and get some cauldrons. And while I'm at it, how do I make these cheese presses? Easy enough. Okay, I'll come back with 2 more of each. I'll bring a few more brew kettles because it's usually convenient to have multiple of those. Okay, let's go back down here. There's a certain generated structure that produces a that has a whole bunch of anvils and cauldrons in them, and I keep them because I can melt them down using the Tinker's Forge. I can melt them down into plain iron. Okay, and the whatchamacallit, the cheese presses. Yes. Okay. Do I have any chests on hand? Okay. And do I have any of these wooden slabs? How many did I need? Oh, I could. Okay. There we go. Okay. There we go. We are in business now. Shit, I didn't need 3 cheese vats. I needed just 2. I just needed 2 brewing kettles, but I'll get over it. I could just uncraft these back into cauldrons. I got an uncrafting table. It eats up XP, but hell no, it's not that important. I might even be able to like melt these down again. No, I can't. No, I can't. Okay. And shoot. Because I want to put these against like the back wall, you know, because so it doesn't so you don't like see it like behind the fire. If I just had like 2 more pieces of cobblestone, one I'll just dig down a little bit. See there we go. Crisis averted. Okay. I guess I could just toss these extras into the fire. Why not? Okay, but netherrack there. Light these up. My brew kettles. Whoops. So we're good to go there. We're good to go here. Probably close these down. Let's see. Might be able to like fill these up with water. And yeah, this is all looking in order. And I think what I probably wanted to do is I forgot to put the damn. Well, let me get my chisel out here. I forgot to put the damn. cobblestone back behind there. I mean, you can't really see it anyway. You can see it over here. Got it. No, that's not going to work. There we go. Okay, and I probably want to have some blocks placed right above these pantheons or pansions. I'm not quite sure if it's pronounced pantheon, like a Roman pantheon or whatever, but or if it's like pansion, like luncheon. Hold on, let me get this out of here. Let me get my axe. Maybe want to put that one block higher. I'll get out the levers because these go into my fruit presses. Okay. So the deal is, one of the things you can do here I'll probably have one of these chests be used for my milk. Because the process of making cheese, as one might expect, actually uses up quite a bit of milk. So let me get my wines and various drinks here. I'll probably keep my unfermented stuff in the next chest. Some of the stuff I'm probably not going to need. For the foreseeable future, so I'll put that back up. That's young, I can't use that. The young stuff goes in here. I'll just put my buckets of anything up here, why not? So that I had like some way, because I did make a little bit of cheese so far. And I'll put my cream up there as well. Okay, one thing I also did need is I had to these culture jars. I'm supposed to like fill these up with what is it? What is it called? This skim milk to be able to make cultures. These things called starter cultures, which I have to use to make a specific types of cheese. And you can see here, I put that on top of fire, or I guess in this case a magma block was fine. Now one of the reasons why I'm not building this in my house is that, okay, yeah, I could use magma blocks to to provide the heat instead of the fire. However, I needed 2 magma blocks touching these brew kettles and cheese vats to get it hot enough, and that I couldn't do that in a way that didn't look ugly. So let's see how that's going. Okay, so you can see I got my starter cultures here by using this what you call this skim milk, which I got from the process of making cheese in these cases. Okay, so the stuff I use here for making my wine and my sake, I'll keep that in here. Why do I have that junk in here? That shouldn't be in here. This Growthcraft mod, especially for making the cheese, it's a little bit complicated. I think my stuff for specific brewing and, okay, just maybe like some miscellaneous stuff will go in here. probably want quite a bit more glass bottles. Because I need wax for making the cheese, and that comes from honeycombs, but I gotta like suck out all the honey into bottles to get like the empty honeycombs. And I don't know what I can do with the honey. I definitely know that I can drink it, but I don't know if I could. Is that like something I could use to, you know, to brew? Like maybe I can make mead with it. I don't know. I can't put it in here, so probably not. Just leave that in here for now. Okay, I've got some rennet. Put my hops and wheat in here, and rice, and not rock salt is important. This brewing kettle lid, you need that for certain things. And thistles, those are supposed to be grown. You didn't need a sword to stir things with, so I probably want to go back to my place and make a shitload of glass bottles. How much sand do I got? Maybe I'll throw in some stuff to make some more, and I'll probably go to sleep here. Okay. Let's see here. 60 bottles should be all right. For now, at least. Let's see how my apiary is doing. Because you need to be able to like make wax, and that you do that using these honeycombs. But you gotta get all the honey. Okay. I guess I'll put the full honeycombs in here for now. And I'll put that honey byproduct over here, I suppose. Okay. Should we now start getting to making the cheese? Oh shit. That's again, I probably shouldn't have used wood for that. So it's getting burnt up. See, do I have anything else? I got some stuff in here. Nothing I can use though. Well, I guess I. Maybe while I'm at it here, I'll get a few extra pieces of cheesecloth here. This way, this should be in here. You can make cheesecloth by doing, you know, making a chest pattern with string. Okay, get rid of that. Throw that away. I needed the blocks, of course. I can't go back there yet. Okay. What building block should I use? I don't know. Something that doesn't burn away. stone bricks. I'll keep it basic. I'll keep it basic here. All right. Well, let's see. So one of the things that you can do is you can put milk in these panchins, and slowly over time, over the course of maybe like a minute, I don't know, the skim milk will separate from what I believe is the cream, which you can collect in bottles over time. And another thing that we probably want to do is we probably want to make some rennet. The rennet you get from, let's see, breaking grass. You will occasionally get these thistles. Those thistles you can plant like wheat. Over time they will grow into fully grown thistles like this, and these can be used to make something called rennet. Rennet or rennet, or maybe Renee. I don't know what, you know. I don't know what, but you can put them in here. Over time, they will, I guess, brew, and you can collect that. And I mean, as you guys can see here, you can collect these in bottles, and you can also collect them with buckets, but you definitely want to collect them with bottles. That's for sure, because the cheese recipes, they'll pretty much always call for just one bottle of rennet. Okay, you can see here the milk looks all weird and gross and chunky. You can collect it with the bottles. So I've got, from each panchen, I can get 2 bottles of skim milk and 2 bottles of cream. The cream you can use to make ice cream. You can see that here. Check this out. You can make a few different flavors, like I guess like apple flavored, grape flavored, honey flavored, which is kind of weird flavors. But and of course you have chocolate ice cream, because of course, and you have watermelon flavored ice cream. So the skim milk, I don't know what all you can do with this, but you can definitely put it inside one of these culture jars. And I don't know, how did you make the culture jar? Okay, I guess, it's not that crazy of a crafting pattern. So I think you can put 4 in a culture jar at one time, and if you just have a little bit of heat over it, okay, it will heat up over time. You can collect the starter cultures once you're finished. I'll just put this back up here. Okay. Now I've got my rennet here. It's all ready. So collect that with the bottles, and it's going to start making some more. So let's see, I think we have enough to start making some basic cheese here. So let's see here, I want to take I've got a bottle of rennet, that's one thing I need. I need a starter culture. I need one of those, and I need not 1, not 2, but 5 buckets of milk to do this. So I go over here to one of these, I throw in my starter culture, I throw in I want to throw in my milk next. Then I throw in my bottle of rennet, and I guess you gotta do it in that order. And to kickstart the process, you've got to start stirring it with a sword. And you can hear it's making those little grunt sounds, and I guess that means that it's going. Yeah, it's going now. So why don't we try this with a few other ones? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A bottle of Renette into there. Guess I got some more Renette over here. Keep that cooking. And I guess I'd better start stirring. Okay, that should be going. I probably need some more milk. Let's go do that. Throw my starter culture in there, and I'll throw my bottles in there. Maybe I should bring a cow over here and have it like tied to a fence post or something. So that way I don't have to travel for my milk anymore. So starter culture. 2, 3, 4, 5. My Renette bottle, and I give it a stir. So, I don't know how much I should stir these things. Should I just keep stirring them? Okay. Put my milk away. I think that's about as much for milk as I'm going to want now. So that is ready. This is ready, because I guess it just looks a little bit lighter colored, almost kind of like a light sickly green. Right click that, and from that I got this thing called whey, which I can use to do a few things, I suppose. I guess I guess I could have taken like a whole bucket, I suppose, but I think so 4 bottles I've got. So now at this point, there's like a list of ingredients that you need if you want to make a certain type of cheese. So at this point I probably want to pause the game and look up the recipes because I don't know them all. Alright. So I've got my cheese recipes pulled up here off to the side. And I think maybe we could go for a cheddar, something kind of basic. I've already made gouda, or I guess, Gouda. I think the Dutch pronounce it as gouda, though. They gotta put a little bit of this is my gouda here. You gotta put a little bit of phlegm in the G. That's how the Dutch do it. And so most of these recipes calls for some type of dye, and some of them call for wax in order to age properly. So I'll take some orange, some red. I do want some bone meal. I also want some ink. Let's see. Okay, maybe I want more than one piece of bone meal here. Probably want more. 2 pieces of yellow dye, and I'll bring some gray dye. And one of these here actually looks like it calls for rotten flesh, and that's katsu marzu. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of katsu marzu, but it's like this weird Italian cheese that's part of the aging process is done with maggots, not magnets like the stuff that's 6 ml, like maggots, like the stuff that you get in rotting food. It's extremely disgusting and unsettling, and I think it's like super illegal, and you can only get it from the black market. But it supposedly tastes really good. The maggots do something to the chemical composition. I don't know what. So let's see here. One of these recipes is calling for. Why don't we go for the cheddar first? That calls for one 1 salt, and 1 orange dye. And the rock salt I'm getting here, you can mine that. You can find that, you know, underground. So I put that in there, and let's see, the orange dye. Now let's give this a good stir, and it should start cooking again. I don't know if that's going. Well, now let's see here for the Monterey. Well, that requires another piece of salt. Just bring out all the salt with me. And that requires some red dye. And I don't know if that's going or not, but hopefully we'll see here. And the Casu Marzu, let's go on with the Casu Marzu. Let's give that a good stir. I don't know if that's working, but we'll know in time here. I'll get some more of this rennet. I think we've got probably plenty of rennet for now here. Probably need to keep some dyes here on standby, so I probably want to, well, okay, 3 wax is probably going to be good for now. Some of these require specific types of wax. One of these requires red wax, and I only brought 1 piece of red dye, so let's see if we can find a red flower out here somewhere. Scarecrow over here. I should also mention I made a new beam sword. My original beam sword had some enchantments on it that I didn't like. It had what is this Vorpal, which gives you an increased chance of the mobs dropping their heads, which is really annoying because then your inventory fills up with creeper heads and stuff like that, and like zombie heads, and I didn't like that. It also had magnetization, which is when you want magnetization, it's super useful. But when you don't want it, it's usually super annoying. Okay, so our cheese is ready here. So what we're going to do here is this is where the cheesecloth comes in. I'm going to right-click this with the cheesecloth. So I've got cheddar curds, and okay, what do I do with this now? This is where the panchen comes in again. I simply just hang it on a block right above the panchen, and then eventually all the curds are going to start drying out. Here you have like this weird little particle effect where you get some like droplets. You get some more whey doing this. Okay, so these should be ready anytime soon. So now I want to make my red wax here. That's what I need for my cheddar. And what else do I need? I was making this, what did I do? Monterey? Yes, I did do Monterey, so that's going to require black wax. And the Casu Marzu did not require any wax, so I can put this away here. This is going right. The cheddar worked just fine. I mean, I think I got to these maybe a minute or two after I got the cheddar taken care of here. think that's filling up, isn't it? It is very hard to find good information um, about any of this Hexxit 2 stuff on the internet, as I've said so many times before. There is a Growthcraft wiki, but some of, I guess, okay, either the version they're using in Hexxit 2 is like a different version from the one that's like actually used for 1.12, like the standard 1.12 version. I know that some of these mods in this game have like special Hexxit versions. Like there's this Nyx mob that gives you like what do you call it? Like these meteors and stuff. And like okay, like there's like a special version made specifically for Hexxit 2. That's has some slight differences from the original Nyx mod, and that makes it very kind of like difficult and annoying to like look up information about this. I hope I did see when I checked the internet a few days ago that there is a Hexxit 2 wiki, and maybe I should start contributing to it. With what little I know, because there is a wiki for the original Hexxit that's super useful and super detailed, but not for Hexxit 2. And basically I just hope that changes soon. Is this even still cooking? How long is this supposed to take? Did I do something wrong for these two? Am I supposed to use special types of cultures? Jeez. I hope I did this right. Well, I think this is done. Okay, so these cheese curds are dried. So I am now ready to place these into the cheese vat. I'm going to close that up. And I guess I gotta wait a minute or two for it to turn into a cheese wheel. Can I hit this with a bucket now? This is like whey. Okay. Geez, this is like... I think I did something wrong here. I used all the right ingredients. Said, for the Monterey it was 1 salt and 1 orange dye. 1 red dye, right? Well, at least one of these batches turned out all right. Yeah, this is kind of ridiculous. We just gotta keep stirring like a madman. Maybe did I add too much salt? Did I screw this up? Did I mess it up? Okay, I think what I gotta do now is I have to break this vat. Okay, there came my cheese. Okay. Now I've got my cheddar cheese. Now I have to wax this. No, I have to set it down, then hit it with the wax. over here. Okay, there's my cheddar cheese, and I gotta hit it with the wax. All right, that looks very nice and cheesy. Now I've got to hit this with the cheese knife. Now I've got to let it age a little bit, but fortunately I've done this before with I've done this before with Gouda, and that should be ready to go. So I hit that with the cheese knife, and that gave me a slice of Gouda. Now the question is it aged yet? I don't know. Okay, let me look this up. Is there like a different variant that's like aged? I don't know how long it's supposed to wait. We made any progress over here? No, we have still have not. What if I hit this with the cheesecloth? Okay, I got Monterey curds. Okay, so this is ready. This is ready, damn it. Just didn't change color. I just had no way of knowing. Okay. My Casu Martu curds and my Monterey curds are ready to go now. I can go ahead and hang these up. Okay, so... Okay, we are in business. Okay, so you guys see some of my confusion here. Okay, we got different variants of cheese here. We got different variants of cheese here, but there's an aged. Okay, so there's an unaged. We have these unaged wheels of cheese, but there's no aged variant, so that's like confusing. So let me type in Gouda here. So, okay, I've got the unwaxed, but there is... I'm a bit confused here. I still have some stuff to figure out about this mod, evidently. I'll go ahead and I'll try to make like a backup thing of Gouda here. You get a starter culture going. And I need some Renat. Okay, I'll get that stirring. That's going. And for the Gouda, what I needed was I needed 1 salt and 1 salt and 1 gray dye. So once that's going, get this Curseweave fabric junk out of my inventory. Let's see. So I think that's dried. I can put that in there. That's dried. I can put this in here. I can go ahead and collect the whey. So this gives me, hold on a second, I didn't notice this. Are you telling me that whey gives me Strength for 33 fucking minutes and resistance for 33 fucking minutes? That's insane. That's insane. I'll unbelievable. Okay. And I'll get some other stuff going here. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need 4 more for that one. Can we put some of this shit down in a backpack? This is kind of awkward. My inventory is stupidly full. My should be going. Okay, I think we're good there. Okay, and I'll to make my howdah. I'll do that. I guess I gotta give this a stir again. My cheese over here should be done. I can just go ahead and break these. So I've got my Katsu Marzu unaged, and I got my Monterey cheese unwaxed. So I gotta wax this. And I got my black wax in here. You need black wax for the Monterey, right? Yes, you do. Why isn't this working? Is the wiki wrong? Oh, you gotta place it down, then wax it. I keep forgetting. I can't remember how the fuck this shit goes. I don't have any idea what the best way to organize my chests. Okay. I don't know. That might take a moment to become ready. I'll put away my milk. So we're ready over here. I don't know, what else can I make? I can make Parmesan using 1 salt and 1 bone meal. I can do that. And it won't let me put the bone meal in here, so I can't do that. I guess I can make provolone with a yellow dye. And it won't let me put that in there either. What the hell? I'm fucking this up really badly. I guess I can make some Gouda now. More Gouda. Gouda, I should say. Okay. This still isn't going. Did I not stir this enough? Well. No idea what's going on here. That's still dripping. Is that ready to go? This is dried. Put that in there. Just go lay this stuff out on the table. Katsu Martsu on, I guess, on the back. Whoops. So it's like a table. So I got like shift click. And okay, that was the Monterey, right? So does that get the black wax or right? I'll carve into that with a cheese knife. Okay, so I don't think I can cut into this since it's not aged. Did I put the wax in the wrong cheese? Okay, so yeah, this is Monterey. I guess I've got to wait for it to age before I can like start clicking into it. So I've got my cheddar cheese here, I've got my Gouda cheese here. Okay, that changed color a little bit, so I think it's aged now. Okay, so you have to like wait till it ages. And then, okay, because I saw that just for a split second and it changed color. Alright. So I've got my various types of cheese here. Let's go back over there one more time to make sure. See if that did anything. So if I hit this with a cheesecloth, does anything happen? No. I still hit that with... This is like glitching out or something. I might have put way too much salt in here. That might be like an issue. But I can right click it to get my stuff out here. So now I can put the yellow dye in there, and now I can put the salt in there. So okay. Now when I start stirring this, stuff should happen. Okay. That should get me my provolone, and okay, when I go into here, I should be able to. I should be able to. No wait, no. Okay, I don't want anything in there. I just want to be able to get this going. Okay. Then it should start cooking. Then I'm gonna put the rock salt in there, and then I'm gonna put the bone meal in there. Excuse me. All right. These should actually start cooking now. But I think you guys have probably seen enough. I've been going at this for about an hour now, and I think I've got the point across how this mod works. So I'm probably gonna let you guys go here.